Yo, what's up everyone? Michelle here, and we've got some absolute chaos hitting the league right now. You are locked in and loaded to the premiere broadcast of K-Chiefs Sports Talk. You won't believe what just dropped regarding the Kansas City Chiefs. Honestly, this is heavy stuff. Stick around because this changes everything for the kingdom. Roll the intro. Listen, honestly, I've been staring at the cap sheets and the tape for 48 hours straight, just trying to make it make sense. Because look, we're not just talking about a roster hole. We're talking about the soul of this franchise, that Lamar Hunt standard that feels just a little bit shaky after a 6-11 season. People are panicking. They're looking at the Raiders getting the #1 pick. They're looking at the Seahawks winning Super Bowl LX with Sam Darnold. Yeah, Sam Darnold is a Super Bowl champ. Deal with it. But while everyone else is looking at the stars, the real geniuses, the Brett Veaches of the world, they're looking at the bargain bin. The Chiefs are broke, my friends. $54.5 million over the cap before the financial maneuvering starts. We can't go out and sign the Justin Jeffersons of the world. We need a Sam Darnold moment. We need to find that one guy who everyone has given up on, but who has the technical DNA to explode in an Andy Reid system. And I've found him, Dyami Brown. Now, I know what you're thinking. Michelle, Dyami Brown was a disaster in Jacksonville. They spent $10 million on him and then had to trade for Jacoby Myers just to fix the mess. Listen, if you think Dyami Brown's 2025 season in Jacksonville tells the whole story, you're watching a different sport, my friend. Jacksonville was a circus. Liam Cohn's first year, Trevor Lawrence trying to find his rhythm, it was a mess. But look at the lore. Look at the 2024 playoffs with the Washington Commanders. Jaden Daniels, JD5, found Dyami Brown for 229 yards in 3 games. That wasn't a fluke. That was a glimpse into a vertical stretch monster that has been suppressed by bad coaching and worse luck. I talked to a source inside the building at One Arrowhead yesterday, and they told me Brett Veach has a folder on Dyami that goes back to North Carolina days. The traits haven't disappeared. He still has that 4.4 speed and the 35-inch vertical. He's the Z receiver prototype we've been missing since we lost that pure speed on the outside. Let's get into the scout talk for a second. Why Dyami? Why now? Look at the technicals. Dyami Brown has elite late hands at the catch point. When you're playing with Patrick Mahomes, you need a guy who can track the deep ball without giving the DB a tell. In Jacksonville, JD5 was hitting him on 9 routes and post corners because Dyami knows how to stack a defender. He gets his hips even with the corner, uses that 6'1" frame to create a seal, and then, boom, separation. Jacksonville tried to use him in a slant-flat concept. That's like using a Ferrari to plow a field. Dyami is a field stretcher. He's a clear-out guy who actually catches the ball. If you put him in a 12-personnel set with Travis Kelce and Noah Gray, assuming Travis doesn't marry Taylor and leave us forever, you create a cover 2 nightmare. Dyami takes the safety deep, Kelce dominates the seam, and Mahomes has a clean pocket because we fixed the O-line with Kingsley Sumataya. Before I lose my mind over the potential of a prove-it deal, do me a favor, hit subscribe, smash that like, and I need to see your takes in the comments. Am I crazy for wanting a Jaguars reject in KC? Or is Dyami Brown the secret weapon Mahomes needs to reclaim the MVP? Tell me what you think below. I'm reading them all. The reality is, 2026 is the year of the value grab. Look at the Seahawks. They traded Geno, signed Darnold for a fraction of the market rate, and won the whole thing. Why? Because they had the cap space to build a war council around him. The Chiefs have to do the same. If you get Dyami Brown on a 1-year, $3 million prove-it deal with incentives, that is a steal. It's the kind of move that lets you renovate the rest of the house. Another source, this one on the scouting side, told me Diami's 10-yard split is still top tier. He's getting off the line faster than Juju ever did. In an Andy Reid system that uses motion to create free releases, he could be a 1,000-yard guy. Honestly, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Dyami Brown in KC would be more productive than he was in DC or Jacksonville. But look at the risk. He had 20 catches last year. 20! James Gladstone in Jacksonville is probably still kicking himself for that $10 million contract. But that's the point. His value is in the gutter. He's a bargain bin find. And Brett Veach is the king of the bargain bin. Remember Juju's first run? Remember McKinnon? This is the DNA of the Chiefs dynasty. You find the misfit toys and you turn them into champions. If you're Dyami Brown, why would you go anywhere else? You signed with KC, you catch 60 balls from the greatest to ever do it, and you hit the 2027 market looking for $15 million a year. It's a mutually assured destruction for the rest of the AFC West. Imagine Max Crosby getting home on a pass rush, only to see Mahomes flip a 50-yard bomb to a streaking Dyami Brown. That's the Vision Kingdom. We need speed, we need youth, we need guys who aren't afraid of the Arrowhead mystique. Dyami has played in the playoffs, he's caught touchdowns in the clutch. He just needs a coach who isn't trying to force him into a Liam Cohn box. Andy Reid is the wide receiver whisperer. He'll put Dyami in the sniffer position, he'll run him on ghost motions, and he'll give him the choice routes that make defenses scream. Listen, the 2026 season was a wake-up call. The reckoning is here. But the reckoning isn't just about drafting a tackle at number 9. It's about filling the gaps with high-ceiling talent. The building is focused on explosive play rate this offseason, a source told me. They realized they couldn't dink and dunk their way out of a paper bag in 2025. They want the over-the-top threat back. Dyami Brown is that threat. He's the guy who makes the safety stay 20 yards back, which opens everything up for Hollywood Brown and the run game. If you think we can win without a deep threat, look at the 2025 tape again. It was painful. It was stagnant. It was un-Chiefs-like. Kingdom, I'm telling you, keep an eye on this. When free agency opens on March 12th, don't look for the big names. Look for the Dyami Browns. Look for the guys with the 4.4 speed and the chip on their shoulder. He's hungry, said a source close to Dyami's camp. He knows what people are saying. He wants to prove Jacksonville was a fluke. Well, what better place to prove it than the loudest stadium in the world? What better place than next to a 3-time Super Bowl champ? Honestly, this move makes too much sense. It solves the speed problem, it solves the cap problem, and it gives Patrick Mahomes a new toy to play with in 2026. The 2026 season is going to be the ultimate test of the Veach-Reid era. Can they rebuild the plane while it's in the air? Can they turn a 6-11 nightmare into a Super Bowl dream? It starts with the bargain bin. It starts with Dyami Brown. I want to see you takes. Am I smoking the off-season hype pipe, or is Dyami Brown the perfect fit for this offense? Would you rather spend the little money we have on a veteran O-lineman or a speed demon receiver? Drop a comment. I'm reading them all. Honestly, if we don't sign some speed, I'm going to have to suit up myself. And trust me, nobody wants to see that. I'm Michelle, and this is the Chiefs Kingdom Network. We reload, we rebuild, we reign. How about those Chiefs? See you in the comments and stay locked in for the next Insider Drop.